What is going on, guys? I am the International Sensei, and welcome to another episode of Showverse. Today, I will be giving you the top 5 G4 programs, and for those of you who do not know what G4 is, it was an awesome, amazing, basically a network for gaming, and there's are rumors that they are coming back in the near future. So I wanted to give a big shout out, a nostalgic shout out to all of my 90s babies and some from the 80s that may have watched this and had themselves a mighty fine time dealing with G4. Number one on the list is Ninja Warrior. Now, I'm pretty sure that you guys are familiar with the American Ninja Warrior show and things like that, but this is not the specific one, the original one. The original one was based in Japan. It was super crazy, a huge festivity, and it wasn't obviously as like pristine and stuff. They were in like this disgusting murky water and things like that. And then a lot less athletic people were allowed to be on the show. I mean, there were guys in their like 70s and 80s that couldn't even get past the first obstacle. But it was such a fun show, and it was such a great show that it got brought back, and an Americanized version was created, and now a ton of people are competing in Ninja Warriors, some of them even professionally. So it's really become its own sport in a way. So I'm really happy that this show was able to just kind of like lay the foundation for people who, I guess, want to do ninja stuff. Super duper awesome. I love it. I'm sure you guys love it. Ninja Warrior was one of the best shows on G4. Number two on the list is Attack. Attack of the Show. Attack. Attack of the Show was, I don't even know how I would describe it. It was kind of like your end all be all for gaming news, nerd news. I mean, they traveled the world. They did so many awesome things, and it was definitely ahead of its time. I feel like in the esports era now, where competitive gaming is a thing, I'm sure it'll be something that might get brought back in the future, or something of its magnitude will be brought back in the future, just because it was so impactful. It kind of bridged a lot of worlds. It introduced a lot of Americans to Japanese culture and things like that, and how like crazy things were overseas when they went, like when they took trips across the world and things like that. Always funny, always crazy, always wild. A bunch of awesome hosts, and it's just a show that if you knew, you loved it. If you didn't know, you completely missed out. And it's one of those things that if G4 is brought back, that's one show that definitely needs to be brought back with it, just because it was such a fun time. There was never a dull moment on that show, and it was never a time where the host on those shows really like gave you half of what they could. They always tried to give you their best, even if it was like the quirkiest or goofiest looking thing. It was always the person giving their best, man. So shouts out to Attack of the Show. I hope that is brought back. Amazing show. Number three is the show known as Unbeatable Banzuke. Now, this show, I know a lot of people do not know what it is. It basically was the show for people who had like the absolute most useless talents, or not even useless, but the most hard to come by talents. Like, it was crazy. So basically, what it often was just a some strength, some technical like different courses, but it was a bunch of like mini little courses that were extremely specific. So one of the courses was a hand walk course where you literally had to walk like a quarter mile just on your hands, going through water bridges and obstacles and stairs and all these other crazy things. I think they had a bike course at one point. They had a push up challenge. They had a sit up challenge. It was just like basically adult physical fitness, but it was such a fun time. And of course, like when it was a Japanese ran show, so it was in all Japanese. Everything was announced by Japanese announcers and things like that. So it was a lot of fun. You know how when it comes to like Japanese announcers, they get extremely hyped. They get a lot of like great energy, so it's always exciting. Even though if you don't understand the language, it's super exciting. So it was just such a fun show. I've even like so what you're probably looking at is some clips from it, and it's just awesome. I mean, like, to have just random people that you've never heard before with these outlandish feats of strength is really, really crazy. Unbeatable Banzuke, the game show of game shows, one of the most fun shows to ever be on G4, and I definitely think that it's gonna come back, or it might come back in a different capacity. Obviously, there is Ninja Warrior. It's similar to that, but a little more diverse. It's not just one course; it's a bunch of different courses. Unbeatable Banzuke. The list is Cheat, not cheaters. Cheat. So what Cheat was a end all be all for gaming secrets. For those of you who remember the days of struggling to beat a game because it was so freaking hard, they had what was called cheat codes. I don't think they have it now. I mean, it's like I think they have like glitches now, but like cheat codes really aren't a thing anymore when it comes to games. Cause obviously, because you have like easy, hard, medium, whatever. They used to not have that. So all you like 2000 like babies, like all you like freaking new millennium babies, you guys have it easy, all right? You did not have to deal with the struggle of getting killed by the same boss 1,000 million times. You could just set it to easy mode and not die and beat the boss and think you're awesome. So, jealous, a little jealous of that, but it definitely made us better. And one show to help make us even better at that was Cheat, because it also didn't just give like cheat codes on how to like get past stuff. It also gave like secrets on how to beat certain games. So I remember in Devil May Cry, they broke down like how to beat one of the final bosses and things like that. Or in Resident Evil, they broke down how to get through a certain building and things like that. So it's really one show that was kind of again ahead of its time. This show itself would kill in today's climate with all the esports and all the gaming tournaments and all the things that are just focused around gaming. This show would absolutely kill, or this network would absolutely kill, because there would be so much content to go around because people are just creating. And Cheat was such a fun show, man. I think that it was cool because like it wasn't like the big thing now to just like look up stuff on YouTube. Obviously now you can like look up someone on YouTube and they'll give you tips on how to beat whatever, which is kind of what was inspired by that, which is really awesome. So shouts out to Cheat. Not cheaters, not the thing with the wives walking in and beating their husbands with belts. No. Cheat. The gaming show that gave you the cheat codes, hacks, and secrets to beat some of your most difficult situations in gaming. Number one, man, X Play Extended Playground, man. This was the show to end all shows, man. Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb. I know they did not date, but they were like my gaming mom and dad. They were awesome every single day, coming in with just the fun energy, always talking about good games, always having fun, and then like having the range at the time to do like little skits and things like that. There was one episode where they compared the GameCube, PS2, and Xbox, and they basically like were trying to break them to see which one would last. And if I'm remembering correctly, the GameCube lasted. So shout out to everyone that owned the GameCube, because if the apocalypse came, then the GameCube would be the only one to survive as your survival weapon. So shouts out to the GameCube. But they did everything. I mean, they did Star Wars skits. They did just like other little like gaming skits. They did Resident Evil skits. They did Saw skits when that movie was like really popping and really crazy. They did everything, and they were everything that gaming needed at the time. And it's something that definitely, I wouldn't say could be duplicated, but it could be redone, because I don't think that you could ever capture that same energy with two people. It's very rare. I think maybe if like you use in like modern esports, I would say maybe if you use like Tasty Steve and Sajam, those guys could definitely work on a show like that, but it has to be like authentic chemistry. It can't just be something forced just because those people have like a big following nowadays. I think that's what happens a little bit too much, is that they go off of following as opposed to going off of ability. You know what I mean? But such an amazing show. It was one of those shows that really gave you just an insight on gaming. My parents watched it. I had brought friends that didn't game that watched it and started gaming. it was just kind of like a bridge to, I guess, like show how dope, I guess, quote unquote, nerd culture was, and allow people to kind of like have a peek inside and be able to step one toe in, as opposed to like jumping in fully and getting into like cosplaying and obviously competitive gaming and role playing and Dungeons and Dragons and all kinds of other fun stuff. Dance Dance Revolution. They did everything. They did everything, and I'm so blessed that I was able to see it. I do hope it comes back. I would love to be on the show. But yeah, man, I think that's it for me, man. It's my top 5 G4 programs. If you don't know what G4 is, man, you missed out, and go read up on it. If it comes back, amazing. If not, then I will say salute to everyone that was on that just really was able to innovate so much at the time, and really allow gamers to really be noticed, man. Shout out to everyone. Please follow me on Twitter at sensei_global21. Showverse is the place to be, as you can see. And you are on the mic with Sensei, so you can rock with me. Take care, everyone, and I will see you in the next one. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching.
You can check out our website for all the content we produce.
Clicking all those YouTube buttons makes it so you see more content from myself and the other amazing creators at Kai's Corner Productions. All donations help us produce more stuff like that for you.
See you guys in the next one. Peace.